Hello, hello, Rhoda here. Welcome to my craft room. Today we're going to see the last of the sneaky peeks out of this sunflower journal. Okay, so here is one of the faux envelopes. I have a video on this if you'd like to search for it. Or if I think about it, I'll post it at the end. But I've posted it in previous videos recently, so you might have already seen it. This was just scraps that I had, and I put it all on this one little card. And that goes in here. It also has a little spot there for anything small. You've also got a big place. If you only glue it down like this, you've got the ability to have a tuck in the back. And there's more of my glitter paper that I'm sad to say is that was probably the last of it. Oh, it's so pretty. And it had that a cool design on it. And this was one of the papers from the kit that I used in this book. And it went so well with this paper. Oh, okay. Here was some more of my yellow dyed paper. Here is another belly band that has a bee scrap paper behind it. It was a cool kind of a texture kind of a paper too. I think that was out of my gardenia book. And here is a couple of the Dollar Tree stickers. I had a little bit of grosgrain ribbon that had sunflowers on it. I put it over a piece of scrap, and then there's one of the ephemeras. And then the last is back here. This is a journal card that I made. I'm trying to remember. I think I made them on a video. I'm not really sure. I can't recall. But I used old, you know, fast food bag as a cover on the back. So if you don't have any papers that you can cover the back with and you just want a different color than blaring white, use some mere, fast food bags. All right. But yeah, this had a stamp here. This was a rub-on. That was a rub-on. I think I was using up some of my rub-ons. And I had a little bit of music paper that was in behind there. So I thought that turned out really cool. So that went in here. And of course the paper that's back here is mine that I always put into my journals that go into the shop. It talks about the journal and what I put into it. It also talks about me. And then I tell them how they can contact me. And I did this one in October of 2022. So let's put that back in here because it's probably going back to the shop. And then this belly band is just a piece of scrap and some of the crochet ribbon. All right, I'm going to have to find me another book. Because that is it. All right. Did I say we were working on the Shabby Grunge today? That's what we're doing. I think it's the last of it. I'm not going to have any other videos except for a flip through. So this one I have basically all set up. I'm going to kind of pull that away just a little bit so we can work on our page. And I have one of the Tim Holtz portrait. That was one of the portrait dolls, they call them. And so let me get this centered just right. And then in one of my ephemera containers, I guess, that was from Tim Holtz, had this boot buttons and lady self-adjusting stuff. So I thought that would go perfect here. I just got to remember how I had it. All right. And then I had the carta postale behind it. So I'm trying to, I love this. I don't know if that dotted line is supposed to be there or not, but I'm going to leave it. Okay, and then this is just an old lace that I had from way back when. I'd like to thank everybody for coming to visit and spend some time and see what I'm doing today and help me finish this out. And I don't want to get too far out of bounds because I don't want to go outside of the page. Let's just do it around the majority of the large items. And then when I glue stuff down, it's going to go through, this sheer lace. So we'll do it like that. Let's see how that works. Kind of just like that. Okay, where's my silicone spatula? We always need that, don't we? Yeah, I like that it stuck out a little bit. Although I didn't quite go out all the way on that one. That's alright. As long as I don't have any glue that's going to attach to anybody else, we're good. Yep, we're good. Next was this piece of vellum. That was that Tim Holtz vellum. And it was just a scrap piece that I had left over, and I'm wanting to use it up. I pulled that one out to go through this book, which you'll probably remember me using it in different spots. Okay. And I thought it made a nice background for her. There. Oh gosh, somebody's at the door. Every time I'm on here, somebody's ringing a doorbell. Okay, it was just Mom. She had found some flower seeds that she claims she gave me, and they were to be sent to Miss Kyung. And I kept telling her, no, you did not give those to me. She claimed I was losing my memory. But nope, she found them. Okay, I got flustered, and I did not remember to put this behind here. So I fixed it now, where I could just, it kind of looks like it's ripped off. So we're going to go with it. And I have to use the fabric tack because we are going against the lace. So let's just put that down. Let's see what we got. I need my tweezers. It helps me keep to be non-sticky as much as possible. Okay. Yeah, about right there is good. It just gives you a little bit to see in the background. And then she goes about right here. You can just make out the C. Now we need to put the boot buttons on there, and I got to figure out exactly where to go with her being on there, because they're peeking out from behind her. Whoops. Okay. Let's see, about right here. That's good. Now, and then I have this flower, and I'm trying to remember exactly where the flower needs to be. I think he's going to come over at an angle. I'm going to try it with my Barely Arts glue. And you can see I've got the gold and brown on this side. And I never was a fan of that, so I just started using the brown side. Because this was supposed to have a kind of a sepia-toned brown. But I was putting gold touches through here. This just didn't do it for me. Didn't do it for me. Alright, so we're going to go kind of like right here. So everything touches each other, so it makes it look like it's all working together. Okay. And then we're going to do her. And she's going to be regular glue. I did want to see if I could get any more of this in here. Like a little symbol, or I've got my little alphabet over here. I got a little music page. I wonder about that. I've been putting that through here a lot. Let's do a little music page. I just need something, I feel like, through there, I thought. Would it be I use that? Huh. Could be I use that. That kind of gives me an idea. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, so let's get her down, because that can be put on with a fabric tack. If you can't tell, my husband's in here laying on the bed in the next room, but it always throws me off my game, so I talk softer. All right. So I want to put that down here where you can't quite see the edge of the vellum. There we go. And I have these little pearls left. It's all I've got of this size, and there's 6 of them. And I thought to try to get them around her neckband there. I'm not quite sure if it'll work. Let's try that. Now they're sticky, but I need to cut. They've got a little band that holds them together. So I'm trying to make sure I cut to where that's not on there anymore. Ooh, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I guess with a look and a prayer. Okay. I guess I wanted to make it look like it was a choker. Like, I know I cut that one. There was one of those little pieces, and I missed it. Oh well. It's on there now. And then that made me mess up the rest of this. I guess it'll dry clear. Oh. Okay. Let's see. I've cut this poor strip so many ways it doesn't want to hold together anymore. See, there's another one. I swear I cut that. Oh, it might be you want to get one of those thread. It's like those jumping beans. Remember those jumping beans we used to have way back? What do they call them? Mexican jumping beans? And you got like a little box or something. And these things are like hopping right and left. And what did they say? They were actually a worm that were in these beans and made them jump and carry on like they did. I don't even know if they should do them anymore. I've never seen them out. It was just something from my youth. Okay, we got that part done. Now, what is our next step? Oh, our flower. So, let me cap my glue, and we'll get to the flower. I haven't thought about those things in years. Mexican jumping beans. I would like to keep a little bit of that. Yeah, maybe like that. That's good. I didn't want to cover all of my sign. Just a little bit of it. All right, now put it about like that. Yeah, you can still see that back here, but it covers up that empty hole that I left. Now, if I'd used that whole piece of the postcard, it would have worked out great. Okay, well, that's all of that one. Oh, we got the one next door to it, though. That is sort of like a sister piece to it. But what I did is I had this altered paper clip, And I wanted to put it on something, but I always had the paper clip that was going to show on the back side. So I figured out what to do for this. I had a bag or something in here, or that I put in here, and remember I'd stamped on it. That was early on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and glue it, or, well, I don't really have to glue it at this moment. I'm going to glue it down. Then this is going to go on top of it, and wherever this gets glued down is where it'll end the pocket, so to say. So let's try this. And I'm trying to use up all the scraps, you know, that I've got. I'll try to make them useful in some way. And I really wanted to use this little paper clip. That's going to get in the way, I think. Okay. And we're going to put it right there. That fabric tack will hold it down really nice. Then we have this piece, which I need to cut. I need to try to cut it, I guess, as straight as I can. Right there. And then probably right here. See if that does it. Kind of like a little skirt. Yeah, that works for me. And then what I need to do is have this up close enough that that's going to cover it. Okay. Let's go ahead. Go across here like that. And maybe down here like this. And then along the side. And that should do it. Guess I could have put a little bit more right in here. There. Now. Did I use the wrong side? Nope, I got the right side down. I almost panicked. Okay. Oops, this needs to go over a little bit more. There. So I can catch the glue. Alright, I got the glue on this side. And then we're going to wipe away what is still there. There. Oh. What a messy thing. Okay, now this one. This, I'm going to leave that little raw edge like that. And then cut it right there. This was all just scrap that I had, and I wasn't using it at all. Okay. Let's go across here as well as we can. All right. And I'm trying to line the edge of the bag to give it strength, because it's just a little thin, tiny bag. And this is that grosgrain ribbon, so it's one of the strongest ribbons you can get. It always has those little ribs in it. Alright, and I have this little piece that was, it was like one of those, but it was on the end of the ribbon spool. And I kept it so I could use it. So we're going to put some little glue on there. I think I need a little bit under here. Okay. There, flip that back out. See if we can get that down. I was trying to do it right up here on the edge where it looked like it was a continuation of the one behind it. You know. You know. Alright, like that. Now, this is coming in right here. So this is where all the look and everything is coming from here. Let me put that shut. And I'm hiding the paper clip. Let me make sure you can still get in there. Oh yeah, okay. Just double checking. There you go. I can actually move it over a little bit. So it's kind of round. And then that pocket is still useful. It's still a pocket. Because you could put anything you wanted to down in there as well. I'm going to have to find something later on to do that with. But that page is done. All right. On to the next one. And I think it's this one that I've got here with this sticking out. Now I may have to take and get all my stuff out of the way. Take and take this out to use it because it's yeah, it's pretty flat on the back, so we're good. Let's set this off to the side and get this in here so we can use it. Now that piece, oh, I think I was using that to hold something to dry. Some of these pages I've already done, and some of them I was waiting to do with you. So let's see. I've got this lady. I haven't fully thought this one out. I do want this stencil, which is a script layering stencil. And I thought that I could go on the back side of this and put this down. This is a pocket, of course. So I'm thinking that I know if I had my scorched timber, that would be the perfect color. But I don't have that yet. Well, while I'm doing this, I'm going to tell a little story. Okay, my cousin Phyllis, who's one of my bestest followers and watchers, she was telling me, now her dad was Uncle Harold, the one I was telling some stories about the other day. So she was telling me that he loved to come up with stuff. He loved to potter and tinker and make things. And he was a pretty avid hunter, so a lot of times the stuff that he was making up had to do with hunting. So he had made a turkey collar, and then he had something that sounded like a deer. You know how that grunts and everything. I think my husband or dad had one of those. And so then he came up with something that sounded like a wildcat howling. And it was just, he used some string and a tin can and some grease, she said. That's all he used. So he come up with this, I'm going to put this over here so I don't go too far. So he came up with that kind of a collar for a wildcat. So he got it together, and he went out after dark one night, and he goes and he lets it off. And boy, was it loud, she said. You could hear that howling all over the place. And so he did it a few more times that night. And then the girls went to school the next day. They were at high school at Buffalo Gap, where we all went. And so the girls heard the boys on the bus talking about this wildcat. They heard this wildcat, and the whole community was talking about it. Mr. Jackson that had the store right up the road, he was talking about it. That was just, it wasn't even a quarter of a mile away. And he was discussing it with the school bus driver, and then all the boys were kicking in and talking about it. Well, then the girls just looked at each other, but they didn't say anything. They didn't blow the whistle or nothing. They went home and they told their dad. Uncle Howard just got such a kick out of that. He laughed and carried on. He just loved it. And so, like the next night or another night, a few nights off, he did it again. And he just did it several nights in a row. Then the girls, they heard at school that all these boys are going to get together and go after this wildcat and shoot it. So they started getting nervous, so they go home and they tell their dad about it. And he didn't really want to have anything happening where people were coming and shooting around the house and all that. So he goes and gets rid of the wildcat. It went away. But he did. He had a good old time making that up. Now, I want to use a few of these pieces. How about this? I've got this clock, and it's definitely an antique. And I want to put it somewhere in here, so maybe I'll put that in here. I've got this, but part of the number is cut off, so I wonder if I can't layer that like this. And put this up behind here like that. And then I got this little bit of music page. And of course, sometimes, well, it may be a clock radio where it has music come out of it. I want to see the little, maybe that'll be on the base. Yeah, let's do that for the base. Let me go ahead and, I'm trying to figure out while I'm doing this how I'm going to put antiques down on here. And I might just go ahead and do it as a heat emboss where I use some gold. Why don't we do that? Because I think that might be the only way I get it to go down on there really good. Yeah, so we put our thing together like that. And let me just go like this. Put that here. I've been wanting to use these numbers, but I never could figure out where I could do one where it was halfway like that. Alright, so that's going to be here. I'm going to have our pretty lady, I can't pick her up, over here. She's going to be on the edge where it would strengthen that edge quite a bit for me. I'm not quite sure I like this where you can't see the edge there, though. I do have this ticket I've been wanting to walk. Oh, and I have this from a stamp period, but it's not long enough. This isn't really long enough, but it might be something you can go by. I don't know. Alright, I'm using my little antique stamp from Tailor Made Journals, and that's going to go right up here. So we're going to use our Versamark stamp pad and get our glycerin on there. So it will adhere to my embossing powder, which will be gold. This is my older stamp pad, so I'm hoping it still has enough juice on it. Yeah, it looks like it. I love the scrolly design of this. It's just so pretty. And I don't have it on stamp block, but it does a pretty good job just laying it on here. And I just kind of rub it around real gently and take it off. And then we're going to go on here and pour our gold powder. Let's see if that caught it all. Oh yeah. You'll probably be able to see it a bit better once it's dry. It's really hard to see it, but that's only because of the way it is right now. Let's get our embossing powder in here. This stuff really goes a long way because I've been using it quite a bit. Oh, I've got something in there. Yep, that didn't belong. All right, let me get this out of the way. Get my gun over here and we'll go to town. All right. If it didn't have a complete turnout here, I'm fine with it. It'll look even older. Oh! And as I've told you before, if you don't let that base oxide layer dry, it will also come through. Now you can usually hit that with your heat gun before you go to the step that I did, but I kind of really like that. It's kind of like it's not like a strong one. I don't know if I had any more powder on there to dry. I might try it out. Let's just see. Just a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit was on there. Okay, so what we're going to do next with this piece is to glue down on the edge. And I had this little strip from something, but it has a lady's face. I don't think you'll see her, but it's got that nice neutral tone that I'm wanting. Let's go ahead and get this down. And this is going to strengthen up my pocket mouth. And that's what it's for. Ooh. Okay, I guess I got a little bit to cut off there. There. I didn't want to cut too close so it wouldn't cut the bag. Okay, now I've decided to use this on here. Alright, I decided that I want this little doily on here. So we're going to glue the little guy down with some fabric tack. I always like to use fabric tack to get a good adhere. But I'm going to leave all those little pieces loose on the end. Oh, there's my boy. He just come in from his outdoor adventures. Wants something to nibble on. I'll get this down and I'll be right back. Alright, my husband, he decided to go up and ride around a lake. So, I feel like I can talk a little louder. Well, anyhow, I'm going to use a little bit of this washi tape right here to go on the lower side of this piece to balance out the gold. Alright, I might have to trim a little bit of it off, but we'll see in just a second. I thought that would add a little bit more pretty down here, plus the bottom of her skirt is going to be in here as well. So let's get that down. Oop, nope, right on the money. I just got to put enough glue on there to hold that down. There we go. So that gives us a little bit of a shine. She is over top of this, so this needs to be next, and it's got to be fabric tack as we're going over the doily. So, as you can see how I glued all three of those together, we're going to see how this works. Yeah, Cousin Phyllis, she said, "Oh, you can tell this on your video if you would like." So I said, "Okay, I definitely will." Alright, there. Some of that didn't touch down to be glued, but some of it did. So, yeah, there we go. And I think I'm going to go ahead and use it for her as well. I don't need it on the outside of her lower skirt here because it's going to be sticking out just a tad off the page. Okay. So, it's this side right here that doesn't need it. I just thought she would hold a little better with this. And we're going to, yeah, see that lady's face is not going to be seen, but that's okay. About right there is where I want her. Yep. Yep. A little bit of that's oozing out. Oops. I moved her so that it's stuck on there a little bit more than I wanted to. Okay, there, I got it. Now on the washi tape, I got a little bit of the glue oozing out. Always try to get your fabric tacked because it does leave a shiny surface, a shiny effect on your page, especially when you got it on paper. Ugh. That is already shiny, so I don't think it's going to hurt as much. All right, so that page got done. How do you like it? You think it's kind of cute? I don't know that I need anything else on it. I wondered about one of my little crazy numbers. That is a, what is that? It's a radio. I don't know if I have an R. I'm trying to go with the, well, I do have an R right there. Looky there. I got an R for radio. And I think I'll stick it on there. It probably doesn't need it, but I think I'm going to. All right. Or maybe I'll do it right here. Yeah, I think this is the best, because there's a gap right there. So we're going to do it right here. And it's kind of an old-fashioned looking R at that, so. But we are going to scuff it just a tad with some vintage photo. Just around that outside edge. Yeah, that helped it a lot. Oh. Okay, next on our list, get this back over here. Oh, well, yeah, that went back. I think that's our next section that I'm messing up back in there. So let's get her in here. And I was trying to cover each one of these sides. Now, I did go in here and fix a couple spots that I wasn't going to go into. So, yeah, this is my last or next to last page. Now, this is a piece that I had before. And I'm going to be working on an angle here so I don't have to take the book apart. But it's one of the pages that I had. And I didn't want to have to decorate that many more pages because it's getting fat. It's getting bulky. So I decided to do this. Well, so what we got going here is there's a pocket that I got from, and these numbers, these two numbers here, they came from Pink Monarch Prints. This came from a book that I have, actually, I had that page here somewhere. I don't even see it now. But it's from a scrapbook page, and they have stamps all over it. So I was taking care of cutting it up to be ephemera. So this Pink Monarch little guy, he's going right here. And we're going to glue him down. And about right there. I really hope everybody's having some great weather and some great health and great fun lately. I'm telling you, it's been the ins and outs of the weather scene around here. So it's coming and it's going. Let's see, where was I going? Oh, I was going to put that on here. Okay. That goes on there. I think all of these little guys went on there. This little stamp, though, that was from that same page. I think it was to go under here. Just where it kind of peeks out. It's not going to be totally seen, but it's just the idea of it, you know. So that's going to go right here. About like that. Whoops. It's sliding around. It's probably hitting some of that gesso I had, maybe. Well. I thought I had it straight, and then I straightened it, and it looks crooked again. There. It's going to have to stay like that. All right, now I think this page can go down. I don't think I had anything else that was going to stick out from under there unless it was going to be that. Let's go ahead and stick this down and get it out of the way. All right. Yeah, about like there. You can still see a little bit of the gold underneath of it. So excellent. Now I'm going to take and use my fabric tack for this next step, because I want this to stick good, and this bag likes to suck up any of the glue and moisture, so it takes a little bit to get it going. You can see where I decorated this side of the page for my idea at the very beginning, but I like this side where I had the little frame. I had dotted that frame on here, and I really liked that look. Kind of gave an interesting background, though of course some of that's not going to be seen. It's all in the layering, everybody. All in the layering. You don't always have to have it all showing. Like, see, that's barely there. All right, let me move this kind of catty corner, and we're going to work on this. This was a pocket. It was a type of freebie kit that she gave us a couple weeks ago, 3 or 4 weeks ago. So it had the two gusseted edges on it, and it had this, and you were supposed to be using the two and quite a few other things to use in this kind of scenario here. But so I'm going to be putting that down there, probably that there. I had a little piece here. I think this too was going to go down here to reflect that too. But I also had this little piece of this that was going behind here, I believe. And maybe this little bit, yeah, it was going to stick out up there. Okay, yeah, I think I got my idea. That's enough, close enough, I mean, to where I was going with it. And so it was going to be a pocket page. I didn't have too many pages. It's themselves that were going to be pocket pages, so this was a little different. You can still see that little bit of writing up there. All right. Let me see. Let me put a little bit of this glue on this corner, because that was going to catch right there, like that. And then I think this was going to catch right there. I think if I put it down, I will just go ahead and put it down. If you haven't figured out, I think the way I've gotten over my stage fright and everything is because I talk to myself all the time. I'm really bad about talking to myself. I was talking to myself in the grocery store the other day. Mom was with me, but, you know, all kinds of things happen. Yeah, so I think that helps me, because I think I'm talking to myself, and I'm actually talking to you. Oh, whatever gets us through the day, right? Whatever does. Oh, goodness. We all have something that we're trying to fight and get through and that kind of thing. I'm trying to figure out where to go with this layer right here. Whether I want to be up above where I can still see that little step of it right there. Do I have something over here I want to use? Maybe the U? Let's see about that. That is a flat edge, and it's not speaking kindly to me. You know what I mean. It's not speaking to me. So we're going to go to the very bottom edge of this pocket, and we're going to stick that down. All right, now I can go wherever I want to with this too, and it'll work for me. All right. I haven't been on my Ancestry to play around with it lately. I've had Zach been asking me a few things about our cemetery people and cemetery books, so I've been kind of working with him with that, though I've not been able to give him too much information. You know, it's hard to find some information on these people. Really, really hard. Okay, well, this is to go here, but it sure does look empty, doesn't it? I do have these numbers here I've been wanting to use badly. So, and I don't have any lace on this page either. Naughty, naughty. Okay, I do have this little piece left. And I have this little flat piece, which might not be so bad. That could go up through there. And then maybe I could put my number strip right here, like up above. And then put this one down here. Huh. Well, I need to move it over just a little bit. I think I'm going to go with that. I think I am. Trying to see what else I got over here. I do have a little bit of that. I don't want to block my pocket. I don't want to block my pocket. Let's see. All right, let's get the fabric tack out and wave our magic wand on the back side of this thing. All right. Ugh, it's sticky. Okay. That piece is folded down, so I'm going to have to work with that. All right, I think I used the right side. All right, I'm putting that piece right there. Right there. And this piece was folded for I don't know how long, but we got it unfolded. All right, now we have the number strip, which I think will go up here. So let me use that. This is the third page we're doing today, and I'm trying to keep count in my head. Okay, I'm going to put that right there. Yeah. I do have one more number. Let's see. So I put that there. I'm wondering about putting that there. Or up here. What do you think? I kind of wanted to keep it flat, but I don't know if that's the way to do it. Because I wanted to be able to put something in now that pocket, so I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and use some fabric tack on this. Get it down. This is some thick paper because I use cardstock or file folder. It's file folder, so it's really strong. So let's see if we can get this to work. I'm going to try to get this side down first, just so it folds good. And then we'll go that way. Okay. Now, let's see if we can hold this down and get it to cooperate. It might be one of those things I'm going to put me some clips on. All right. Let's do that, and that, and that, and I'll hold the other part. All right. All right, I've been snooping around in my little trays here, and I think I like this piece. It's like, I don't know, it's from one of Tim Holtz paper pads, and I think it had to do with cigarette boxes or something. But I have this sort of a reddish tinge over here with sort of the same pattern look to it. So I thought that would be the best. I've been looking in here at numbers and things, and I couldn't quite see anything else that I liked. The flowers almost made the cut because they're black and white, so that could go in here. But you know, it kind of looks it kind of looks good too. And then I had London Bridge. But since there's numbers on the page, we might hold that out or set that on top. We got one more page to do. I don't think it's going to take very long because it's not much to it. So let me get this one down real quick. And then I think it's one more at the very end. And then that's it. I got to sew it together. Of course, I'll do that off screen. I don't know how hard is it going to be to sew this baby together. So we will do that, or I'll do that. And yeah, I'm going to stick it about like that. And yeah, then I'll come back with a flip through for you. Can't remember when that'll be. I've been mixing things up lately, as you can tell. I didn't want to do one particular thing for a whole stretch of time just because I think you get bored with that. Now, this here, oh, you're seeing some of my background. Hang on, let me get this page out. All right, took me a minute to get the right kind of a fold on the spine there. So, oh, I got stuff everywhere. Of course, I've got one of my pockets that I made. You saw that early on. So it's going to go down here. I did have a little bit of this napkin. It's a doily. And I thought, well, maybe I could put the doily kind of down at the bottom of the pocket. Kind of sticks out a little bit, doesn't it? Maybe we can just cut the doily in half and glue it over a tad. Like, let's see how we want to do this. The thing is, I think I'm going to try to glue the doily on the back because I don't want to glue it on top of the or behind the actual pocket. Because of the holes here, it's going to make everything gooey, and you know, stuff that goes in a pocket might stick, is my reasoning. So let's see if we can just get this down. Let's see what we can do. Oh, not there. There. Oh, get it together, Rhoda. All right, I'm going to set this up here so I know how wide to make it, because it's definitely going to go there. And this is me using up stuff, as you know. So this little piece is going to go over here as far over as we can get it. And I got to find a few little knickknacks here to decorate with. And that's all that's going on this page. It's going to be a pocket page, and that's it. I don't know what's going in the pockets. I'll have to surprise you with the flip through when it comes about. Well, while I'm gluing and doing this, I would like to thank all my subscribers and viewers for coming to visit and spend time with me with this project. I don't think that many of you care for grunge. I thought maybe with the shabby chicness added in, it may be a little better pill to swallow. I love this. It is so fun. I never knew I would be a grunge person, but I love it. I think this is considered grunge. I'm not really sure, but yeah, we're gonna make sure this page is dry before I go about putting anything else on it. So we're gonna piddle around here decorating this. I may be going with the idea that the doily is the lace element of the pocket. Or am I going to add a little bit, maybe, below it? I really love this crochet lace that I had. Huh. It might be that that goes on there. Nope. I don't think so. Unless it's on top of this. That might be the way it has to go. That number I want to put on here. I'm way down here at the bottom, aren't I? I'm trying to stay in screen, everybody. I know how that gets on my nerves. When I watch somebody else and they're like doing stuff way down here or all over here and I can't see what they're doing. I think that might be what I have to do. And that's going to go over there. And I have to find a little bit of something else. Does that look good? And it's like, you know, I'm totally losing the doily then. All right. we're gonna put this down and see what else we can do here. I've ran out about everything I wanted to use on these pages, and I've just got a few little things left, but some of this I pulled out after the fact. So, you know, it was already out here. Or it didn't come out until later when I started running out of stuff. Like that, it is going to go on there, definitely. All right. Are these flowers going to possibly go up in here? That might, oh, that's kind of nice. Kind of nice. And what else we got in here? We got figure 110. You know, something like that. It's going to, you know, cover my bare edge there. And copyright. I don't know, it's got all kinds of stuff in here. Troy weight. What is that? All right, what else do I have? Oh, I got some pins, and I'm trying to keep with my color scheme, though. This one might be a little too colorful. I don't have anything that's got, except for that, but I'm saving that for my typewriter. I know where that's going to go. So I've got all these little tiny elements in here as well. Oh, I got that. That's sort of a tag. Oh, that might good. Okay. That sold me. All right. Let's see what we got. Let me set that to the side. Pull this back over. And we're going to definitely have to glue these couple of little guys first. This one's going down first. Just because the flower may cover up a little bit of that edge. Okay. Yep. I didn't ink it. Okay. Of course, it's the wrong time to try to ink it, Rhoda. Okay. Good enough. It got a little lick of it. So this doesn't need any inking at all. It's kind of like really subtle, so it'll fall into the background really nice. Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to kind of have it about like that, maybe. So it's kind of hiding that raw edge there. And then we've got this. Now, where's this one going? This might actually, oh, man. I'm going to be covering up every bit of that. I just did. Look at that. I wonder if I can cut this pocket down. Or I wonder if I can make this pocket this way. Yeah. You know. I think we are going to make this pocket in this direction. And it might be I go this way so I can cut a thumb punch there, yeah. Always have your mind. either the direction it's supposed to be going, or if you make a mistake, just come up with a way to fix it. And see, I didn't intend to go that way, but that's the way we're going. All right, so I'm going to do like that. And we're going to go ahead and glue the 3 sides. So this is actually, I guess you could consider this a tuck now and not a pocket. All right, I'm going to go up a little bit because I think my little doily is going to go on the lower side here. Yeah. Okay, I think I've got the layout. Plus, I'm going to probably put one of these kind of up in here somewhere underneath the Nottingham. So let's get one of these off and see how it looks. Just so it's got something else going on there. Plus those are flowers, and this is a flower motif. So I thought that might work good. Alright, let me just... I'm going to go ahead and do like this. So it's going to go inside there. Tuck up here to kind of hide that is a cut-off doily. Yeah, cut-off doily. So we're going to go ahead and put some ground espresso along the outside edge here for my most favorite burnt edge look. And that's why I always do this. You know how you got those old pieces of card and everything that they'll have that really dark edge on them because that started to like break down, or you know, I guess the atmosphere is starting to change it. That's kind of the look that I like to get with these things. Alright, so that's going to go right there. And then we're going to put this little guy here, and I'm going to scooch around his outside edge just to get that covered. And he's going on here. And I think it might be it, guys. I know this was like a longer one. Oh yeah, it's 102. Oops. But I hope this kind of gave you some ideas. If you wanted to try your own grungy journal, this may have gave you some ideas on how to approach it. If you would rather do it in the shabby style like I've done here with different materials and laces, and just kind of clean your lace bin up. That's basically what I'm doing. I've still got a lot of laces. I've got a whole tub of them under the bed there. Plus I had these little snips and snatches of it that I've had over quite a period of time and haven't used them. So this gave me the ability to use them. They were basically trash. That's what this whole journal was. It was trash. So I think we're done. I don't see anything I need to add, though I'll probably get in here and do a little stamping or something if I see a spot that needs it. So something's going to change eventually in here. I just don't know what. So you'll get to see a treat at the end. All right. Well, I really thank you for coming to spend some time with me today, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you really want to check out the little faux envelope, I'm going to have it posted right over here so you can get a chance to see that and try it. It's very easy. You can do so many of them for a lot of different journals or Happy Mail. All right. Bye-bye, everybody. Take care.